Okay, I don't know if this was recording or not. This is basically a couple of pieces of 3/16 by 1 hot rolled steel, and they're just clamped together. There's two pieces of them, and what I've done is I've clamped the handle in two places, and I've clamped what will be the jaws in the vise. And the vise is just clamped to a welding bench here that I've got beside the garage. So anyway, you can see I've already twisted it a bit. Once I get this turned 90 degrees so that the jaws clamp when you actuate the handle, probably pop a hole right here and put a 5/16 18 bolt with a nut, and I'll either peen the bolt or weld the nut onto it so that you've got a pivot point, but it's not clamped so tight that you can't pivot. Anyway, I'll show this again once I've gotten this twisted. And this is just a plain old open-end adjustable. I think this particular one's made in China. Yep. It's nothing special. I think most people have a reasonably sized. This one's a 36 centimeter, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, it's a good sized open-end adjustable, and that's what I use to put the twist in. If certainly if you heat this up to cherry or beyond, it's going to twist easier. I just happen to bring it out here, clamp it up, and do it by hand, cold. Anyway, you should line up the jaws, the ends of the jaws, so that those are together, and leave it clamped up until after you've gotten it drilled and bolted. Anyway, I'll show this again once I get it a little farther along. Okay, sports fans, here it is twisted, and this piece is now approximately 90 degrees to the jaws. It's close enough for government work. And anyway, I'll take it in and drill a hole here, put in a 5/16 by 18 bolt and a nut, and get that done so that we've actually got a set of jaws here that actuate once you work the handles. Now, one thing I may do is form these jaws, and I probably will do that hot, but once you get these things done, it should be a lot easier to form these guys the way you need them. And if you need longer jaws to have like a C-clamp kind of action to your jaws, just make them longer and bend them around a piece of pipe or something. But that's basically it. You want to make sure you have the handles clamped together so that when you twist this, the first thing it's going to try and do is these bars are going to try and slide apart. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but they're going to slip, and so just the simple force is here. So you not only want to have it clamped at the front, but you want to have it clamped towards the tail end as well, and that'll keep them in alignment when you do the bend. Okay, here they are, and maybe I can't tell if the camera is focusing on this or not, but I'm sorry about the shakiness. But there you go. There's 23-inch set of tongs. You can make them shorter, you can make them longer. As you can see where I drilled and put a bolt through, all I did was just take a hammer and and peen the end over. Just discourages the nut from coming off, but you don't want to tighten that nut to where, you know, these things can't actuate. You need to be able to let them swing freely. And you know, you can make that a little bit snugger if you want. If you got a welder, you know, what I've done on previous ones is just weld the end of this nut where the threads meet the nut, and keeps it from coming apart. But there you go. And as I mentioned before, I may put something like a piece of round bar or something here in the jaws, and then pinch the jaws together with these guys clamped so that they can't move. But really, I mean, it doesn't matter as long as you get something in the jaws here so that you can deform the ends and then flatten them again. And if that means heating them up and doing a little hammer work on the anvil, you know, that's probably even the better. But there we go. And you know, they're reasonably strong. They do have some flex to them, but if you're without a set of tongs entirely, you know, this is an option, I think. Certainly an option for me. As I mentioned before, I'm not a blacksmith. I don't do blacksmith work. But working around the aluminum furnace and being able to put pieces into the crucible so that I'm not standing right over the top of it, this is a good option. I can be at some distance. I can handle hot parts and not get burned. All right, hope this helps. By the way, if you're concerned about breaking your open-end adjustable, don't be. I mean, if you got a, like I said, there's nothing special about this one. It's made in China. I think probably came from you know, our favorite Harbor Freight store, and they held up just fine. I even put a bit of a cheater bar on this one so that I could get a little mechanical advantage when twisting that jaw. And if they do snap, then, you know, maybe you needed a better pair anyway. So that, thanks for watching, and if you like it, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Later.